Welcome. Today we're diving into a really simple question that has a surprisingly deep answer, all inspired by the wisdom of the sage Nisargadatta Maharaj. We're going to find out why the path to inner peace might not be what you think it is, and, why that thing you're most passionate about might actually be getting in the way.
You hear it all the time, right? Follow your passion. We're told our creative pursuits, our hobbies, our work, that's the key to unlocking who we really are. But what if that's not the whole story? Does becoming a great painter or a brilliant musician actually lead to lasting inner peace? Let's dig into that.
So this whole thing really starts with a very simple, very direct question from a seeker. And it's a question I bet a lot of us have asked ourselves in one form or another. So you've got this person, right? They love to paint, and they want to know, is this passion of mine going to help me find what's really essential in life? It's such a classic dilemma. We try to find our purpose through what we do, hoping that our actions are somehow going to lead us to who we really are. And this is where it gets really interesting. Maharaj just completely shifts the focus. He basically says, look, it doesn't matter if you paint. What matters is that while you're doing anything at all, you're watching your own mind. Because, he says, without these moments of total inner stillness, you miss the entire thing. So the activity itself isn't the path. The silence behind the activity is.
Okay, so if silence is the key, what's stopping us from finding it? It sounds simple enough, right? Well, it turns out the biggest roadblock is this fundamental conflict that we all have going on inside.
And this, right here, this lays out that inner tug-of-war perfectly. We cling to the familiar, to what we think we know because, hey, it feels safe, it feels secure. But reality, the truly essential stuff, is in the unknown. And our brains are just hardwired to see the unknown as dangerous. And there it is. That's the core paradox, isn't it? We say we want truth, we say we want reality. But at the exact same time, we're totally terrified of it. We're drawn to the mystery, but we're scared of what we might find if we actually let go of all those familiar thoughts and ideas about who we are. But here's the way through it. Here's how you get past that fear. See, true knowing isn't just some idea you have in your head. It's a state of being in complete harmony with reality. And when you're in that harmony, fear it doesn't have anywhere to live. It just dissolves. So this state of harmony, what does that actually feel like? It sounds a little abstract. Luckily, there's a really powerful and simple metaphor that helps us get it.
But first, we gotta understand what's getting in the way. It's what's called the psychic life, which is really just that constant internal chatter. The endless stream of thoughts, feelings, and ideas. That mental noise is like a veil that separates us from what's real. And what's the perfect model for a life without all that psychic noise? An infant. Just think about it for a second. A baby is just aware. It's just happy. It knows it has a body, but it doesn't have all the complicated labels and judgments we stick on ours. There's no mental clutter. Its entire world is just the simple, pure pleasure of being. And that is the purest kind of self-love there is. What a powerful image, right? The goal isn't to add more stuff, to become something new. It's about returning to that state of pure potential, a mind that's like a clean sheet of paper, totally clear of all the stuff we've scribbled on it over the years, just ready for reality to show up.
Now, I know what you might be thinking because it's exactly what the original seeker was thinking. All this focus on your inner state, isn't that kind of selfish? Let's just tackle that idea head on. And there's the big objection. To just sit and be, to focus only on your inner quiet. It just feels so wrong in a world that's all about doing, achieving, and helping others. It sounds totally self-absorbed. But the response to this just completely flips the script. It's brilliant. Maharaj says, yes, be selfish. But be selfish in the most worthy way possible, by letting go of everything that is not your true self. Make that inner reality your #1 priority, above all else. And this is the incredible transformation that happens when you do that. When you truly begin to love the self, you go beyond these little labels like selfish or unselfish. They don't even make sense anymore. And the amazing paradox is that singular focus on your own being actually expands outward into this pure, unconditional love for everything. The love for yourself becomes the love for all. So, after all of that, where does this leave us? What's the takeaway? Well, it all boils down to one direct, fundamental task. First things first,
Stop getting distracted. Stop asking if painting or writing or your job or any other activity is the right thing to do. Those are all superficial questions. They keep you stuck on the surface.
The real work, the real journey, is so much deeper. The core instruction is to apply yourself to the fundamentals, to go right to the very roots of your own being. The real task here is to find out what this I really is, underneath all the stories and labels and everything else we've piled on top of it. And that leaves us with this one last powerful thought to chew on. What if this entire search isn't really about finding better answers to our questions? What if the real task is to turn our attention completely around and investigate the one who's asking the questions in the first place?